WTF Nation Radio
is in the house.
A lot of people look at us as robots or just out doing a job, but everything we see and do affects us just like it does everybody else.
A lot of problems with first responders and veterans is that now we're in a battlefield that's very different.
I've lost more friends to suicide than I did in combat, and it really hurts.
When you push the human envelope to those maximum extents, physically, psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually, and then you pull that plug, nothing prepares you for the silence. Nothing prepares you for that void.
You can't come that close to death without it having some effect on you.
I'll never forget my wife telling me, you know, you're not the same Brett that I married.
What War Horses does is it puts you in that environment to, in essence, look in the mirror. But that mirror's that horse. And that horse is going to tell you where you're at.
You got to relax. You got to calm down. You got to slow your mind down and just think about this one thing, controlling that horse.
The first thing we do before we get on a horse, we breathe. To let go of everything. Let go of everything in your head. If I don't let go of everything, I cannot be present with the horse.
It's magic. I just started crying. It was the first time in my life that I literally let everything go.
Compassion, generosity, love, all of these things trickle back into what it is to be a human being.
It's completely changed me.
All the confidence I had lost, it started coming back working with these horses. They've given me my life back.
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you ever have one of those moments where you think, how the hell did I get here? Jeez, what happened to me? I was ruling the galaxy, had a cherry new battle station. I mean, this place had an omelet bar, a straight-up omelet bar. And now look, my former interns tossing me down a bottomless freaking pit. That was my out.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I looked my woman in the eye sockets. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
Yeah, you said bitch, though. You called your wife a bitch.
Yeah.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Hi, Lieutenant. How are you doing? Aw, did you find your land nav point, Lieutenant? Good job, Lieutenant. You get a
Expert Action Badge.
Put on your uniform right.
Expert Action Badge.
Show up to work on time.
Expert Action Badge.
Qualify on your weapon.
Expert Action Badge. Badge of Action.
Find your guidon.
Expert Action Badge.
That's right. Just doing your noble warrior task and drills, you get a
Expert Action Badge.
Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Shit in a bag, Pogue. Badge of Action. The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio. Action Badge.
I was waiting there for you, Josiah. I was like, I wonder if that kid's gonna show up. As soon as I see it, I was gonna drop that stinger for you, buddy. Yeah. Man, I am drinking my coffee right now, and I am straight up ready to go. Of course, drinking my coffee out of my... I'm not trying to say I took this from a defact or borrowed it from somebody, but... Mobile Armored Core Phantom Warrior. Hint, hint, hint. Hint. Buenos dias. Assalamu alaikum. Jambo buana. Komata po. Mani wash. So what are the languages I'm going to throw on there? I forgot. Some other ones this time. How are you guys doing? Man, so what a day. It's already a Monday. I just real quick, I want to give a shout out to the fans. See, now, because I'm by myself, I can just kind of chill and just do shit on my own. I should just hold the mic like this and just chill, look at everybody. Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing? Anyways, So real quick, over the weekend we had a drive to get the family of Alwyn Cash to DC for the ceremony. And I just real quick, I just want to say thank you to everybody that had participated in that drive. And we met our goal. We met the mission with a Stonking Mill Coffee. They worked with us, and of course the main page in WTF Nation Radio, working with the family. And we met our goal to the goal of the goal of our goal that we wanted to hit. And again, so we appreciate everybody for at least contributing a little bit to what they contribute to the cause there. Everybody knows that this Thursday is the Medal of Honor ceremony for Sergeant First Class Alwyn Cash, and we could not be any more excited for this event. Check all feeds, Facebooks, YouTubes. It's going to be on Sergeant's time anyways on Thursday, so what better time to talk about it and discuss it. But other than that, again, thank you guys and gals so much. We were able to do in a half a day. You know, you guys move mountains for us, and I cannot thank you enough for doing this. I mean, it's talks amongst yourselves again. You guys are just you guys are great. Really totally appreciate it. This is some good stuff. Again, 16th this Thursday is going to be the Medal of Honor ceremony for the 3 individuals, to include Alwyn Cash. But anyways, so over the weekend, I just something that I wanted to talk about. You know, I haven't really vented in a while. Actually, I don't get to vent because Spanky and Mom, when we do shows and stuff like that, and nobody's riding shotgun with me tonight. We kind of like have to go this little guy, a little guide that, and we have to do stuff, right? Well, I just saw something that kind of pissed me off, and I just thought, this isn't cool. So on there was an event, a hockey game, and there was a video, and I'll take here. Let me grab a still of the video, and it was a video of teachers scrambling for freaking money. For freaking dollar bills, man. I just kind of thought, I'm not cool with that. Look, if teachers, there's a lot of people that I respect, when it comes to I don't know, growing up. Here, real quick, no one really knows this right now. Here, hang on, look, make sure nobody else is looking. Hey, I'm gonna have to tell my mom to mute or something like this. But there was, if I couldn't become a soldier, or if I didn't become interested in being a soldier, then I was either going to be a police officer or I was going to be a teacher. So to me, this kind of like this, I thought this was fucked up. I thought that this is messed up, that our teachers are having to scramble for school supplies, and this is what they have to do. This is almost, to me, the equivalent of like bum fights. You know what I mean? You're throwing some food on the ground and then watching bums fighting over it. And I'm not cool with it. I'm not cool with teachers having to freaking scramble for school supplies. Personally, I think the school should pay for school supplies for the teachers to teach. I don't want to get in the politics of what they're teaching, obviously, because that's something, but later we can discuss. But I just don't think that a teacher should have to scramble like that, and then I don't know. To me, just it's like making a mockery of it. It's like, oh, okay, here we go, teachers, take your money and go. I just think that's messed up. Again, it's almost like throwing food down for people who are hungry, and then say, okay, fight for the food, bum fights. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe recently I've had my, I don't know, just feel compassionate lately. I don't know what it is, but I just thought that was like, God, that's really messed up. I see these teachers doing this stuff, and everyone's going, yeah, and no one's really, no. I mean, there's, of course, it drew some criticism. The event was called Dash for Cash, is what it was called. And 10 teachers in the Sioux City, South Dakota area were scrambling to collect single dollar bills from a pile of $5,000. And so the money was donated by the South. First off, it was a donation too. Besides more pay, I think teachers should get what they need to give our kids the best shot at life. There's nothing wrong with that. The money was donated by South Dakota Business CU Mortgage Direct. It was meant to go to teachers' classrooms or school. However, they decided to do this. The contest took place in front during the Sioux Falls Stampede hockey game on Saturday, in which each of the teachers got hundreds of dollars, ranging from $378 to $616. Now, the director of business development, Ryan Knutson, marketing for CU Mortgage Direct, told the Argus leader that everything has gone on for the last couple of years with teachers and everything. We thought it was an awesome group thing for the teachers. The teachers get in this area, and any teacher, what they deserve, heck, what they get. Well, okay, well, you may think it's kind of cool that this is happening, but I responded with like, hey, how come you guys didn't yeah, I think it's supposed to go wake up people about what our teacher has to go through. At least I hope. You're right, Gary. I thought, $5,000 in those teachers right there. I guarantee it. You could have given them, like, how you win the lottery and you have those big cards, those big fake checks or something like that says, hey, congratulations. Here's you go. Here's your money for this. I thought that would have been more classy. I thought, to me, that would have been more classier than just having them fend for it. Brian says, liberals are crying foul, so funny, talking how they mean themselves to do it. I don't see how, dude. I'm not a liberal, and I'm talking about how demeaning it is. It's like bum fights, man. 5,000 should have been separated between those teachers, exactly that. Should have been given to those teachers, and it should have been divided up, and there you go. Here are the select teachers that get the money, and blah, 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 blah. Actually, that would have been a good gag. I would have been like, you're all going to fight for it, and everyone thinking, oh, shit, you're going to fight for it. And then the next thing you know, you just surprise them with the check or something like that. I talked to some teachers about it too, and I was like, damn, dude, you freaking, this is jacked up. Hey, you new teachers in town, this is what your children, yeah, exactly. Welcome to the community. Your teachers are being used as, to fight for their supplies. I don't know, man, I'm not cool with that. It's not the liberals that are liberal media, blah, blah, blah. Nah, I just don't, that's just me. Me, of course, I don't subscribe to that. Everyone else, of course, we're just kind of like, oh, yeah. I didn't realize that teachers were that, sadly how some states, how they can distribute, it can really make or break schools. Oklahoma public schools have been hoard for far too long. And that's another thing too. All these groups that are paying for all these extra stuff that's happening, and it's a problem, and it's a problem with teachers, then why don't you just give them the freaking money? Simple stuff. The average teacher salary in South Dakota in 2020 put the state in 50th in the rankings of I need more coffee. Of teacher pay. Try to say that 5 times fast. I try to say teacher pay or something like that, but teacher pay. Across the country, according to the National Education Association, the state was only ahead of Mississippi. There you go. So Mississippi, there you go. Congrats, Mississippi. You're not last place in something. I just think it's messed up. Oh, man. Thank you for the link. Thank you so much. Gosh. Let's see. Hang on. The average starting salary of the Nuclear Sun graphic that someone just sent me is $39,000. Average salary is $48,000, and that's the starting salary. Like I said, 26th of the nation for starting, and then 50th in the nation. Educator pay gap is 82 cents on the dollar. That's just sad. That's just sad. I'm gonna do something about it. Well, stay tuned. We'll talk about this later. This just gave me it. Hang on, I'm gonna have to go ahead and pull out I got my notes in here right quick. And then I'm gonna talk about teacher pay, teacher stuff, and do teacher stuff. Let me write this down. Teacher things. Teacher supplies. How about that? We'll call that teacher supplies. Sorry, you guys, I'm working online right now. So if you guys get just tuning in, I'm working at the same time. So teacher, sometimes I just have ideas that just pop like that. I got to write them down. And I got to make my checklists. Teachers, what do you want to call this? Do you want to call this teacher school supply? There you go. Teacher school supply. Teacher school supply. Teacher school supply drive or fundraiser or I'll just put drive. How about we just tag in a lane right now, so that way people just want to do it, and you can hear here first. You know how there's a program that calls it like troops to teachers and something like that, where you can be a teacher, you can be a soldier, or be in the military, and then How about troops for teachers? How about that? Troops for teachers. Troops for teachers of excellence, of course. Troops for teachers. And then that way we can do something about our teachers needing school supplies. Because apparently I want to shame each school. So I want to find a school and we'll just start shaming them. How about that? We'll adopt a school or something like that. We could do that. So troops for teachers or adopt a school. WTF Nation can adopt a school. I mean, figure if we could raise some cash raise some money for all in cash, we can raise some money for some teacher supplies. How about that? Adopt a school. Teacher informed me that there's some Amazon lists that they do. Okay, I got that written down. So that's on my to-do list. I'm gonna write that on the board. We got my notes right here too. That there's Amazon lists, there's wish lists that are out and distributed for teachers for their supplies, and I checked one out, and I looked at a couple of lists that someone sent me, and I'm thinking, that's a good idea. So I think I'm gonna look into something like that. Maybe grab some funds for that and start clearing out some Amazon lists. So what's up, Win White? Raising education. There you go. Of excellence. How about that? So that's the thing that kind of pissed me off. It ain't a liberal thing. It has nothing to do with liberal or conservative. When you see teachers scrounging like that, I'm sorry, man. I don't buy that crap. I don't buy it at all. So that's just me. But anyways, real quick, just want to give out if you guys have known about the tornadoes that have happened in several states. And there's the death toll, I guess, has risen to 70, and it looks like there's about 100 unaccounted for. So stay tuned. We're going to be posting some stuff like that. You guys saw the video that we posted from Fort Campbell, and they just got all that money for COVID money for schools. Yeah, did they? Did they get COVID money for schools? See, that's the thing. Source me, man. Source me, Mr. White. Mr. White sounds like you're like a character on the Main Street. Mr. White, tell me where all these funds from COVID you said go to for these schools. Well, I tried to talk to Mr. Anderson, and he didn't give me the right answer either. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, get back with me on that. Let me find out. Is that true? And depending on what. We posted some some videos, and we posted some posts about hey, everybody, take shelter and all that stuff. And there were some people that just didn't take it seriously until we posted a video of a tornado hitting Fort Campbell. Then people started to realize, oh shit, this is the real deal. There's some stories that are out there. Yeah, it's gonna be baking exactly that, man. I heard Missouri got hit. Kentucky, Bowling Green, Kentucky. There's some fans out there that have been in contact with me and letting me know what was going on, and so it's been pretty, it's been pretty nuts. It's a wreck. What is that? William White says some spending on new tracks and upgrades on supplies and was on ABC News. Well, drop the link, dude. Because if I'm seeing teachers begging, literally playing like bum fights for money for school supplies, man, nah. I'm not gonna buy it. Anywho, yeah. So the before and after is Kentucky, Illinois, and Arkansas. Friends and family in all those states, except for Illinois. I don't have any family in Illinois. I don't know anybody in Illinois. It's pretty crazy. The devastation's unreal. Tornadoes, like multiple tornadoes that have tossed debris up to 30,000 feet. I couldn't even imagine that. That's nuts. There was at least 40 tornadoes reported across 9 states between Friday night and early Saturday morning. Unusual, of course, for December weather. One hit up in St. Louis. Yeah, dude. I have to get some. Matter of fact, thank you. Somebody just sent me a pic Man, you guys have been helping me out tonight, even though I'm broadcasting by myself. So thank you so much for the deets. Let me see what picture is this? See, we're just doing like we're doing some like brainstorming. We're posting some stuff. You guys are so awesome. Couldn't do it without y'all. Without y'all. There we go. So here's a picture. Here's a picture of some of the devastation right there. And that's nuts. That is just insane. Kentucky was the worst hit state with at least 74 confirmed fatalities now. I just got this update. And obviously the figure is fluid and it will change, of course. And undoubtedly that's what the Kentucky governor, Andy Beshear, said. And undoubtedly there will be more. The governor, who has relatives among the dead, fought back tears as he revealed that the age range of the victims. He said 18 bodies have yet to be identified, and we know that their age range is 5 months to 86 years, and 6 are younger than 18. Beshear said that 44,000 people from across the nation have donated more than $6 million to the state relief fund at the team. Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop the fund here. I'm gonna drop this right here. If you guys look at the comments, it's Team Whiskey Kilo Yankee Relief Fund .kiloyankee.gov. So there you go. There's the link that you could look right there. I was talking to another person, and she gave me, hey Holly, I was just ready to talk about you. She gave me a picture of the imagery for what was it? Mayfield, Kentucky. Hang on, let me pull this one here. Holly sent me some of this imagery here, and looking at it, you're just like, whoa. And this is Mayfield, Kentucky. So let me get this on the screen a little bit better for you guys to see, so that way you guys can check it out. There we go. This is Mayfield, Kentucky. It hit the region overnight. So Beshear said that more than 43,000 people have obviously across the nation been donated. So please, again, if you guys want to throw some, I've been in donating mood, man. I've been donating money to teachers funds and all-in cash funds and Kentucky relief funds. Kentucky's First Lady Brittany Beshear announced that she was launching a Christmas toy drive on Tuesday to provide gifts for the children who's been displaced from the devastation to make this Christmas special as many babies, kids, and teens as possible who need love support more than ever, unquote. Kentucky alone was hit by 5 tornadoes between Friday and Saturday, including one that was stayed on the ground for some 200 miles. And at least 18 counties in Kentucky reported lives lost. 18 counties reported damage, and as of Monday morning, 30,000 homes in the southeastern state were still without power. So thousands of homes were damaged, not entirely destroyed, and we're not going to let any of our folks go homeless. So Beshear acknowledged that it would take some time to rebuild from what he described as the worst tornado event in Kentucky's history, and doubt it would have been possible to be any more prepared, which is true when you think about it. No one prepares for all these bunch of tornadoes hitting in one spot, especially Kentucky. He posed a question: how do you tell people there's been one of the most powerful tornadoes in history and is coming directly through your building? 300 members of the National Guard have been deployed across the state to help local authorities remove debris and search for survivors as well as victims. According to Beshear, there is significant debris that is going on and cleaning up. There has been debris found and there have been pictures found at least 100 miles away from the site. That's insane, man. That is nuts. And I got another picture here. Hang on, let me post another one here. I'm just looking at this devastation, and it is unreal. There we go. It's going to come up in a minute, so I'll give you guys a second because obviously there's a little bit of a delay here. So we're hoping for miracles. We're finding people, and every single moment is incredible. Speaking to reporters Monday afternoon, Beshear said that more than 20 deaths were in Kentucky's Graves County, where Mayfield is the county seat, and other 17 deaths were reported in Hopkins County, 11 in Muhlenberg County, 15 in Warren County, and 4 in Caldwell County, and 1 in Marshall County, 1 in Taylor County, 1 in Fulton County, 1 in Lyon County, and 1 in Franklin County, according to the governor. Bashir said the latest confirmed death was a government contractor whose vehicle was pushed off the road and crashed during a storm. Oof. Man. Look at this devastation. It's just nuts, man. That is so crazy. So we found 2 people alive. So Holly says they found 2 people alive today in Bowling Green, and they were still recovering. They also covered 2 of the 22 that's still missing. Man, yeah. So it's crazy. It is the devastation. I mean, you really like the governor said, you really can't stop or predict, or there's nothing you can do. Any of that. That's just insane. That is just nuts. God, so speaking of National Guard, I guess today's the National Guard's birthday. Anybody knew that? The National Guard's birthday. So I guess they're 400 and some odd years old or something like that. I know the National Guard has been around longer. Yeah, exactly that, Chris. That's another good point. I was discussing with somebody about climate change and all this other stuff, and they're like, "Ken, you don't seem like you're that type to talk about climate change and all this other stuff." And I think, well, hey, kind of think about it. You had the Rona, right? So you had a year of where nobody did shit, nobody did anything. You can't tell me that there's not a connection with the way the weather has been changed by what we, now we're slowly coming back. Because if you look at all the pictures of the pandemic, when everyone was locked down for the coof, you saw everybody, you saw clear skies. There's people that seen mountains that didn't know that they could see mountains from where they lived. And name your country, or if you're, if you live in the U.S., name your, name your city or state. So 385 years the National Guard has kept his promise to America. 385 years. 385 years, man. December 13th, 1636, the Massachusetts Governor General Court in Salem issued an order requiring all able-bodied men 16 through 60 to create a standing army for protection, today known as the National Guard. It's like a movie. Stay tuned for the National Guard. On December 13th, 1636, a Massachusetts General Court in Salem issued an order requiring all able-bodied men ages 16 to 60 to create a standing army for protection. Today it's known as dun dun dun, the National Guard. Happy birthday to the oldest component in the armed forces. There you go. 1636, dude. That's like freaking damn. Being former guard, you made sure that you knew what 13. Yeah, you ain't lying, dude. You ain't lying, Scott. That's almost like how the Marine Corps, how they do their birthday, and everybody is like, you got to know when the Marine Corps birthday is. You're kind of like, oh, here comes the Marine. What was it? There was a meme or something like that of a graphic of before, everyone's talking about all the holidays, and then of course the Marine Corps birthday is like the end of the podium when they're still celebrating. We have a guy drinking champagne and all that. Exactly. So for 385 years, man, I'll be honest with you, man. I do feel for the Guard for the missions that they have to do. It's one of those things of 2 years of my retirement. Don Cesar was there in my retirement ceremony when someone misread my retirement dates and the time that I served in the Army. And of those times it was spoken, it was 1945. I mean, bro, I'm old. I know I'm old, but damn, man. It's nuts. It's the day before Veterans Day. How can you forget? See, there you go. See, Pip's already throwing Marine Corps, raw, Bellawood, Yut, raw, Bellawood, Leathernecks, Eagle Globe and Anchor. But anyways, of course. So that's what come on, Gary. I am old, dude. You're old too, Gary. How about that? Oh, man. 336,000 soldiers strong. Soldiers strong, right? I guess you'd say soldiers strong. 336,000 Strong Army National Guard remains a vital support, a vital part. It's just like crazy. Always there, always ready. But anyways, you can't forget the moment hits all the Marines coming. Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, exactly. All the Marines going rah 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 rah. Oh man, don't touch the crayons. Oh gosh, exactly. Oh wait, somebody.
Amazon employees are.
Hang on. Someone just asked me about what happened? What's going on about some Kennedy shit? Hang on, let me see. No, is this the conspiracies that I was talking about? Rah rah Semper Fi, I guess like that. 10 days before his death, congressional record. Yeah. Is it still has a stone tablet that's going to enlistment? Yeah, it is, dude. I still got to carry that around. My DD-214 has to get information from the stone tablet. Was for my first contract, my enlistment contract. So, there you go. That was it. But it's in my packet, exactly that. You should see my medical records. It's a little bit thicker than that. It's actually hieroglyphics. If you just walk around and you'll see, damn, dude. That's what is that? You had to have the Rosetta Stone to translate some of the stuff. The ancient Sumeria. I've been in Nineveh, so I know what it's like, also known as Mosul. But anyways, go back to what I was saying about the National Guard. Yeah, that's a lot. Everyone talks about the National Guard not doing enough or doing too much. I think they're doing too much. I think right now, with this tornado relief, somebody brought up, which is a good point, that, Fort Campbell was not a few miles away. Oh, not a few. It was several miles away. I'd say like 70, 80 miles away from all this stuff. They could have jumped in some help without activating the National Guard. Probably would have been like, hey, we're going to go ahead and release the soldiers right now, and we're going to go do this, and we're going to do that. So, but anywho. What else was I going to talk about today? Because like I said, I'm kind of like, I'm running. I don't have nobody to follow. I have no guide tonight. I have no guide. Sherry says that the op tempo is so high right now. Yeah. Somebody just sent text, Amazon won't let us leave before he was killed in tornado. Damn. Let me pull that up. Damn, I didn't know that. Holy shit. Hang on, let me look at that. Let me know. Thank you for that. Thanks for the tip. Let me see. Screenshots of a message exchange allegedly show an Amazon worker said he was not allowed to leave the warehouse minutes before he was killed in tornado. Damn. Bro. National Guard being too much. Didn't they make some drive? Yeah, exactly, dude. They're talking about activating the National Guard to deploy. Hang on, let me post this picture up. Thanks for the tip on this one. I'll post this up. I didn't know about that. I didn't know Amazon did that. Hey, we're just talking about Amazon wish list for teachers and stuff like that, and I didn't know that Amazon is part of some scandal, some rumors. No, this is legit. Yeah, it looks like a screenshot. Hang on, let me. Damn. So is Amazon going to get busted for this, or do you think Amazon's going to do it? Let me see. Hang on. I even got the guy's name up there too. Holy shit. That is some jacked up stuff. Hang on, let me post that up. Hang on. So I'm fueling up now. We're home. What do you mean? Amazon won't let us leave. Damn. Damn, look at that. Look at that, man. That's some. Thanks for the tip. So hang on, let me get this. So Larry Reed was one of the 6 people who died Friday after a tornado collided with an Amazon facility in Edwardsville, Illinois. On Monday, independent media more Portrait Union posted screenshots of the message, which the person alleged to be Reardon says at 8:22 p.m. he'll be home after the storm. Reardon's partner Sherry Jones told the New York he'd been messaging with him Friday night as the storm approached. I got text messages from him, she told the outlet. And he always tells me he's filling up at the gas station, the Amazon truck, when he's getting ready to go back. And I was like, okay, love you. He was like, well, Amazon won't let me leave until after the storm blows over. Dude. For the message of the screenshots, Jones texted Bearden at 8:51 p.m. So what are you doing? I hope everything's okay. I love you. Madison County Emergency Officials report partial roof collapse at the facility at 8:27. Bearden's family didn't have any immediate response to the Daily Dot's request for comment. Amazon spokesman Kelly told that the Amazon estimates a tornado hit the delivery station 11 minutes after alerts first warned employees of its incoming. Now, it said there's 190 workers across different shifts employed at the facility, and they're allowed to carry their cell phones while working. Dude. Yeah, exactly, Scott. They can't hold you against your will. Holy crap. Damn, Amazon. See? Isn't Bezos own Amazon? Isn't that... They own that rocket, Blue Origin. Isn't that the Bezos rocket? Isn't that the rocket? The freaking... It looks like a phallus. False imprisonment, exactly that, dude. I'm running. See ya. I've been in a building before during a tornado, and it's been nuts. It's crazy. So yeah, exactly that. It looks like a flying penis. Looks like a flying dong. It looks like they call it a space dong, is what everybody else is calling them too. Space dong. Yeah, I would have burned out and said, "Hey, everybody, come on out, let's go." Isn't your life not worth that shit, man? He's gonna have to sell the rocket to pay for this. Yeah, dude. 6 killed by a tornado at the. Hang on. Let me grab the deets here for there's more deets to this. So there was there were 6 people killed. 6 killed by tornado at the Amazon facility. That's how many were killed there. Bruh. Yeah, that's nuts. So the same spokesperson, Kelly Natel, the Amazon spokesperson, told ABC News in a statement today, "Hey, we're deeply saddened by the news that the members of our Amazon family passed away as a result of the storm. On Sunday, Edwardsville City identified the names of the 6 deceased, ranged from 26 to age 62. Among the victims identified was Larry Reed and the guys. You guys see the text up there right now. I walked out of that building after they told me my dad was gone. I dropped to my knees and screamed. Yeah, God, this is, no way. I can't read this. The other victims of the tragedy are Deanne Morrow, 28, of St. Louis, Missouri. Kevin Dickey, 62, of Carlisle, Illinois. Clayton Lynn Cope, 29, of Alton, Illinois. Ethera Heb, 34, of St. Louis, Missouri. Austin McEwen, 26, of Edwardsville, Illinois. God, that sucks, man. God, I mean, I appreciate the links, but damn, dude. Shit. This is nuts, man. Yeah, exactly that. Bacon Harris said, "Everybody get out. Let's go." I would have cleared the building out. What are you going to do? Fire me? I wonder how many people were witnessed to have said that that they were told to leave. Like, hey, everyone's going to come out and leave and stuff like that. But, yeah, exactly. That sucks. That really fucking sucks. God, man. That really blows. God, bummer, man. That's a bummer. That is a bummer. We got some SARS time stories to talk about. We're going to talk about that on SARS time because we got our stuff to going on. Hey, so real quick, I know CQ doesn't cover some of the stuff right here, but some of the pop culture stuff. But you guys watch Sex and the City, right? Yeah, the Sex and the City. If you guys watch that, I guess they had a reboot or something like that, and they did a new show and all that, and there was an episode where I guess the first episode, one of the main characters dies or something like that on a Peloton bike. Did you know Peloton always says, please consult your doctor before conducting all this exercise and do all the strenuous shit and all this other stuff. It's almost ingrained in every piece of workout equipment ever, to include diet supplements, to include barbells and stuff like that. Anything that has to do with physical fitness or something like that. There's a disclaimer. It says, please consult your doctor. Please consult your doctor before consulting this, consulting that. Everyone got mad at Peloton because the main character died on a bike. My dude should have done more leg tucks, I guess. Yeah, exactly that, Baconator. Job isn't worth your life unless that is your job. Exactly. But then again, if it's not your job, then it's I don't know. It's you don't see it as a job. If you see your work as a job and you don't want, then maybe you should just like leave your work. But anyways, yeah, it just everyone's going nuts on Peloton. They're going nuts on Peloton because you killed him. No, his I mean, we're talking about a fictional character. I just think it's funny that everyone's going off on a company that had nothing to do other than a movie prop. You know what I mean? Wait a minute. I mean, it's almost like Alec Baldwin, right? Alec Baldwin, isn't he getting? Yeah, warning: exercise can kill you. Stay fat, people. Exactly that. Oh yeah. Anyway, so yeah, of course, don't blame health. Don't blame that's what's wrong. Exactly that, Gary. So everyone was getting mad. Peloton was like, "What? What are you talking about?" And then Peloton stock actually went down a little bit. And what's funny is that Peloton clapped back. They clapped back with a commercial stating, "Hey, look, dude, Peloton don't kill people. Peloton bikes kill people. Peloton people don't kill people." I love it. Exactly that. The same thing with the gun argument. An inanimate object, you got on the bike, Mr. Big. That's on you. Probably gonna like get canceled or something like that for talking shit about one of the characters that everybody loves. Oh, Mr. Big. Shut up. If you didn't know. Oh man. Anyways, shit. What time? Almost time to take a break before we do a real quick sports page, and then we'll be right back. So everyone, go refill your glasses. Go take your smoke break. Go take your smoke break, puff pass break. Drink break, refill your glass. I'm going to restock my coffee mug here full of some coffee. And then City's about to start a Peloton bike buyback. Exactly. But anyways, we'll be right back. Everyone refill your glass shots.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
Nothing feels the same. Left it all behind.
sirens are going off. Another rocket attack. I've got my boots and got my ammo in my 50-pound sack. Boys headed to war in this world unknown. The only peace of mind I've got are these letters from home. Another day attack. I've tried to talk and tell you about it, but it ain't the same. All these thoughts that run through my head, well, they can't be tamed. Another day has come and gone. Another night I'm all alone. I didn't think I'd be this far out here in Kandahar. Another day has come and gone. Another night I'm all alone. I didn't think I'd be this far out here. We ain't far from Kandahar.
Wear a condom? We're in Fayetteville. No one gets STDs here.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show.
2021, broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of the Mountain Compound Complex. Hope you guys are doing good tonight. Hope you guys are just chilling. Anywho, yeah, I got a rave. Man, I've done a rave in a long time. All my sound equipment that I did for the last raves and stuff have been either sold, put away, and stuff like that, or they're just not in use anymore, man. So all the beat machines and stuff like that we used to do back in the day just don't have. You know, the technology back in the day wasn't advanced before, so to post on cam. So, yeah, I know, man. Sorry to hear that, bro. Those days are, I don't know, maybe those days will come back. Maybe I'll have a guest raver, or maybe get some streamer or something like that to hang out. And I know a couple of them. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But anyways, so real quick, a sports tidbit. Everybody knows that I'm a Raiders fan, of course, and they got their asses beat by the Chiefs. Oh, God. I don't even want to talk about the score. Is that they should have done the freaking, they should know that mercy rule what they do for kids sports when they get their asses beat. It was like, I don't know, like 40 something to like freaking, it was like 48-9. That's what it was. 48-9. That's like almost fucking NBA sports. That's almost like NBA scores. That's insane. I don't like Chief anyway. I don't care. Everyone's going to convince me. Don't worry. You'll like it. You'll get used to them. No, they won't. Living there or not, I don't care. I am not going to be a Chiefs fan. I don't care. Diehard Raiders fan. Sorry. But 48-9. Damn, Raiders. You could have done something. Damn. Holy crap. I don't want to get into sportsing stuff and the sportsing stats. I kind of let off a little bit, because hanging out with Flash once in a while, we will get sports, and he's like, how come you don't like talk like this when we do, I talked to Flash, and he's like, how come you don't talk, Flash is like, how come you don't like talk like that when we do sportsing stuff like that? I was like, because I don't really want to talk about that stuff. Because we'll go back with some stats and stuff like that, and Flash would be like, you don't say this stuff during on air, how come you don't? And then I'm like, shut up, dude, you don't say stuff, anything on air, when are you going to come back, Flash? But anyways, just busting balls, Flash. I know you're busy doing stuff. But anyways, yeah, man, 48-9. I was like, oh, come on. So I don't care if the Raiders are the last team standing. You know what? I will not be a fan of the Raiders until they are no longer they're no longer in the NFL service. How about that? But I don't care where I'm living. I am not going to, I'm not going to, bandwagon jump and all of a sudden, because then people will be like, I never knew you weren't a fan of the, I mean, you kidding? My family would disown me if they found out that I was decided to become a Chiefs fan. We're going to be a Chiefs fan. Oh, no, ain't going to happen. I don't care what anybody says. Ain't going to happen. Nope, not at all. But god dang, dude, the score. At least you could have done something, Raiders. Oh, man. You didn't even know they changed to Vegas. Man, I've been alive long enough to know that the Raiders have changed several places, and then when they got to Vegas, it's kind of cool. It's like, and Vegas is kind of like an area, because that makes it. I don't know. Everyone likes to talk about Dallas Dallas is America's team, blah, blah. But you know what? No, okay, no, not even the St. Louis Raiders. You know what? If the Raiders move to Kansas, I might have to freaking take a chance. Like, you know what? I'll say I'm a Raiders fan, but I won't say Kansas or St. Louis Raiders. I will never say that. Oakland, yeah, I was at Oakland, Los Angeles Raiders, stuff like that. But never. No, I'm not going to bandwagon jump just because, that's the going team. Till even, because you know what is going to happen is that when the Raiders start winning stuff, hang on, I'm just going to go ahead and put that along my tablet there to date myself again. As a Bills fan, I feel your pain. Exactly, Pitt. Exactly that, man. I'm a loyal fan. Sorry. Baseball, kind of like I kind of have like 3 teams. For personal reasons, of course, and some of it was for professional reasons because they were some of these teams do some good things for the troops, and so I'm kind of like their fans for that and all that. But or familial ties, family members have worked for or been on or did some things with the teams or something like that. So that's kind of like, yeah, well, that's cool. Baseball though, hockey is always going to be the Tampa Bay Lightning. Sorry, this is me. I never had a hockey fan. Never been had a hockey team that I ever like paid attention to. Again, some professional stuff happened with the Tampa Bay Lightning, so it was pretty cool. Yeah, let's see what other sport that NBA always going to be the Lakers. Sorry, Lakers before LeBron. You know how they go BC before Christ and shit. That's before LeBron. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, I'm just not a. I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. I'm like having a very controversial. I bet your Flash is listening to this podcast live right now, and he's going, "Oh, dude, but yeah, I always hate the Cowboys, even though you live in Texas. I never was a Cowboys fan. You know what I mean? America's team. You watch, Raiders gonna start winning, and then everyone's gonna jump bandwagon jumping. Technically, since everyone likes to have their decadence and their sleaziness in Vegas. Who hasn't? You're bullshitting me if you haven't. Done some things in Vegas that, stays in Vegas. Everybody goes there, right? The same thing. Shouldn't you feel that way about the Raiders? Everyone should be a fan of the Raiders then. That's like the team. That's like things that you do that in Vegas that you never talk about because you're either ashamed about it or just wanted to feel some of that. You wanted to scratch that itch in Vegas. You could say the same thing about Raiders, right? You love the Raiders. If you go to Vegas and you do some naughty shit in Vegas, then that means you like the Raiders. How about that? The Oakland Felons? What are you talking about? Oh my God, here we go with the Oakland Felons. Oh, dude, whatever, man. We talking about the A's? We're talking about the Oakland A's baseball team. I have fans and stuff like really die hard. I got a friend. He's going to be coming on a podcast too. He's going to be to shoot the breeze, and me and him go back and forth about baseball stuff. And he always, when the Dodgers are playing, and we're always talking about the baseball stats and all that. And of course, the Dodgers didn't make it, and yeah, whatever. Just have to deal with that. Yeah, that's my team, Dodgers. Dodgers, Rangers, and the Royals. That's the only Kansas team that is like I'm okay with. That I would like if there was a team playing against them to be like, okay, I will probably go for them, opposed to the other team. That's about it. I'm not like a diehard fan. The Texas Rangers, of course. Come on, Texas Rangers, and then the Dodgers. That's again, those are the familial stuff again. But yeah, so let's talk about this other game that we had. The Army-Navy game. Are you for real? We lost. That's the only thing I could say about this. Is this sort of kind of Sargent's time related? But we lost. Now, don't mind the Dodgers, but I love the Mariners and the Red Sox. Mariners. Mariners. Okay, they're even Marlins. Never mind. I got confused with the Marlins. Disregard. Carry on. Those are some of like the legacy. The Red Sox is like a legacy team, like team from the old back in the day. But anyways, we lost to the Navy. The Squids beat us 17-13, and it was a good game actually. Pretty good game. It was the fact that they were. It was a good. I mean, of course, there was people saying that there was some cheating involved, or the teachers. God, I'm on this teacher thing kick again. I gotta only because I have the link up to write this down. I gotta stop looking at my notepad. But yeah, it was a good game. Everyone said that there was some cheating and there was some favoritism with the with the Navy team and all that. So I don't know. I just thought it was pretty cool. If anything else. Here, let me show you a freaking seat side stadium pic of something that is zip zap. You know how you guys the Ghost Army. You guys know the zip zap psyop commercial that was posted that we posted earlier for Sergeant's time. Remember that? When we posted that out. Well, I did the same thing for. They did the same thing. They actually posted that commercial for everybody to see. So that was pretty cool. So hang on. Let me get a good thing of the seat. Go Navy, Army. Man, I should just block you for that, dude. I mean, of course, we are supporting all veterans and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, whatever, Pip. Whatever, Pip. Whatever you say, Ming. Whatever you say. Let's do it. Here you go. There you go. There you go. Look at that. Look at zip zap, baby. Look at that for the world to see. The 4th PSYOP group video that we posted on WTF Nation Radio and Sergeant's Time. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's still a baller commercial. I don't care what anybody says. Look at that. Yep, I am everywhere, dude. Yep, that's how that picture was taken. I'm everywhere. But, see, Alice inflate a ball. The Navy needed that. You guys are too much. But anyways, 13-17. I don't even care about all the ins and outs and stuff like that. And then, everyone was like, oh, well. Yeah, thank you, Pip. And a 4-8 beat a 8-4. That's right, 4-8. God, dude, exactly. Yeah, I was just about ready to make that comment, Pip. You're right. And that's what happened. So there you go. There's a sports page. I hate the Chiefs. All the Chief fans and Kansas friends are gonna be like, "Oh, you're talking so much shit about the Chiefs, man." Yeah. I am that guy that will wear a Raiders t-shirt downtown Kansas City. I don't care. You think I'm crazy loco? I'll do it. I've done it. What do you mean do it? I've done it. Like the Yankees. Okay, now there's something we can all agree with the Yankees. I don't know what is it about the Yankees that people hate. Is it a good team? I don't know. Again, being from not from the East Coast, I don't have a preference to them. No, I don't have anything. So, yeah, there you go. But at any rate, what was the other thing we were going to talk about? God, there was something else I was going to talk about. How about sportsings? Flash needs to hurry up and get over here. Get some of the sportsings done and stuff like that. Yeah, not really much drama going on, I guess, in the sports world. Somebody sent me another nuclear infused freaking screenshot of some stuff. But aside from that, I mean, not really caring. What we have any big sports games going on after that? Now the Army Navy game is over. Don't know what others we have going on. I know a lot of there were some college sports. Don't follow that. That's a good question. Do you think that? Do you feel that do you have to go to a specific school? And that's a question that somebody asked me. Do you have to go to a school to cheer for the school, for them to win or something like that, or to have like school spirit? Like, I don't know. Someone said, "Hey, you're not an officer. Why are you talking about West Point? How come you were saying go Army beat Navy?" Well, I see it like this. It's almost like they're your kids playing football for kids. It's like you're like T-ball or something like that. You know what I mean? It is your military service academy. So you're not really you're not being too. I mean, it's not bad that you cheer them on. It's not a big deal that you freaking are supporting the Army team. Go Army beat Navy, because they are it's your service school. Whether you feel about whatever, like I said, I said that to some friends and they laughed at me when I said it's like watching your kid's T-ball game. You're like, yay! Oh, look at that! There you go, touchdown! Oh, look at those cadets! Yay! Yay, cadets! Good job! Oh, footballing! Oh, at least you tried. There you go. Thank you so much. Good job. Good game, and go back to school. There you go. When I was still in, I used to find out when the West Pointers would be like, and I would kind of like mess with them about their school stuff. I'm like, maybe that's why. And I would kind of crack on them professionally. Like, maybe that's why you have maybe that's why you have a report survey going on with your organization. Oh, maybe you got a flipple going on. How many flipples you got? Maybe it's because it's West Point or something like that. I'll bust on them like that. But I always look at it like that. They're your services school. That's like your little kid's going to play T-ball or something like that. And be happy that your kids are going to go do it, right? And if they win, they win. Yay, good job, kids. And if they lose, okay, next time. You got another few years to do it. So the whole, this is so stupid. Then why are you even in? You're either all in and pumped and motivated about these little kids doing this stuff, or then that's it. I hate all sailors except Doc, and yet I still say it. Yeah, but you know what though? When you tell a sailor that you hate them, if you're a private in the Army, imagine saying "Go Navy." Yeah, exactly. I hate all sailors except Doc, and yet I still say it. But you know what? If you say it to somebody, it's kind of like one of those things to where, you know, if you're busting on somebody and joking with them, that means, you know, that you're cool with them, right? If you're not saying anything to them or being truly malicious, exactly that. There's nothing wrong with pushing pride and team with you support there, exactly that cause. There's nothing wrong with that. That goes back to the question now. If you went to a school like went to like a legit I don't want to say that West Point isn't a legit university, but you went to a university and you graduated from it and that was your school and they had a football team, then yeah, I could see you, you know, whatever. But I don't recall growing up and I don't recall supporting any of the universities that had a team. Now friends would be like, oh, Arkansas Razorbacks or Alabama or Seminoles or Duke or whatever. And I'm thinking, did you go to the schools? Did you go to schools like that? No, I didn't go to schools. Then why? You know what I mean? It's kind of different. It's kind of hard to sit there and say that you should support or not support the school. Should you or should you not? I mean, like if you're a teacher there, maybe you had your little brother go there or something like that, or a sister go there, or maybe your dad, maybe your parents went to there. I could see that, I could see, yeah, support. If your loved one's gone to the school and you want to support them, and that's the school they went to. That, but you see the guys that have not gone into any school at all, and they're like, we won. What's your team? And they really get into it, especially in the South, man. The South really gets into that college sports stuff. I don't get it. I really don't understand it at all. They get a lot of stuff that I don't understand, but that's just me. But anyways, hey, real quick, this is going to be the last week because we have Christmas break coming up. So, hook 'em horns. I'm not saying that I've had family or have I attended or have done anything that had to do with UT Austin. But I will say that I don't mind. That's the one school that I could probably push to say, yeah, hook 'em horns. Maybe I should go. I should go to school there. I should just try it out. Where's the school that Kyle Rittenhouse is going to now? Arizona State University. I just want to go so I can just watch. Just sit there with my coffee and watch my class. Hey, Kyle, how you doing, man? Do you listen to WTF's radio? But yeah, I say the same thing about Longhorns too. That's a tolerable one. And then see what happens with that. But anyways, yeah. So whoever you support, whoever you support, yeah. But anyways, go back to what I was saying. Next week we're gonna go on Christmas break. Hosts will have the choice if they want to broadcast or not, but they will not be held to it. Because then obviously, because we have, let's, spend time with fam, travel. I'm going to travel. That's why I'm going to be doing some traveling, going about the mountains and stuff, visiting some friends and fam and all that stuff. Will be all over the place. So, but anyways, so don't forget, we have CQ tomorrow. We have Cause this Friday. And of course, we have Surge Time this Thursday. So that will be the full week this week, because then the Christmas schedule, here goes Santa Claus, here goes Santa Claus. Hang on, I'm not paying attention. It's not that I'm paying attention to you guys. I just want to make sure I'm putting out some good information because I want to make sure I'm good. I can sing. I would just go ahead and sing because someone was laughing at me because I was singing some songs and stuff like that. So tomorrow we have Michael Jammin. He's going to be coming on, producer and writer. Michael Jammin will be on to hang out with CQ and Radar on Pop Culture Warrior to talk about his latest projects. Michael's known to be a producer involved in Tacoma FD, King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead, and many more. Man, you're heading to Arkansas with that? Yeah, there we go. Matt Haley's going to be on the 21st. Man, you guys are doing stuff while on vacation. That's cool. Director and writer Matt Haley will be on to talk about CQ and Radar about his various projects directing superhero-related shows. But you'll see what we were talking about. Lots of Fairweather fans out there, too. It's easy to say Roll Tide and then be a fan of being a Tule fan, especially this year. Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly, Connors. Hang on, I'm going to give you guys some singing. I'm going to give you some singing. What song was I singing? I just want to make sure I got all the information out. Hey, next year we're going to have some great hosts coming out. I should put Baldwin on. Woo, man. So we have some guests that are going to come on starting next year. God, when you think about it, when you think about it, though, let's look at the calendar, man. Next year is like not even 2 weeks away. So there we go. So for 2022, we're going to have some good lineups. Scott Mann's going to, Eric Barr, and Scott Mann's going to come back. Scott Mann talked to CQ about the movie Last Out, which was originally a play, filmed in the style of Hamilton. You know how Hamilton was. Great movie. Every time I watch that movie for a review, or every time we watch it for some redos, or there's some things that, you know, Scott wants me to do and I'll look at, I'll have to review to make sure that the media is good. So I have to watch the film again. And every time I watch that movie, man, in the feels. So he's going to come back and talk about Task Force Pineapple. We're also going to have some political candidates coming on. Some of them very familiar that you've seen in the news that are kind of like causing very controversial stuff. But as you know, WTF Nation Radio and U.S. Army WTF Moments has broadcasted and put pretty much every side of the aisle that you can imagine, from Vermin Supreme to Spike Cohen to, I mean, name your. We've had conservative, we've had liberal. It doesn't matter. We've had pro-Trump, anti-Trump. Now we're gonna have some other individuals coming on. We're not gonna have Lauren Boebert. No, we're not gonna have her coming on. No, no. Me and her probably getting a freaking back and forth fight and shit online. That would be like a Royal Rumble to see. But Alan Howe, that's right. We had Alan Howe. So again, it was a great. All of them even had extended beer meetings. Both sides again. It was great. So again, I'm gonna take everybody up on their offers and stuff like that. Now that the coof is supposedly we kind of coofed out now. Are we done with the coof to go travel and stuff like that? Make sure you share, like, and follow all of our channels. We had Dale Dye, that's right. Vermin Supreme. Yeah, we're at the gamut of guests, man. So we had a lot of guests. Tulsi. I got to be careful when I say her. Tulsi Gabbard, man. Is she Lieutenant Colonel Gabbard in the reserves? She is. We need to have her come on too. Hey, Tulsi. Come on, girl. No, I shouldn't talk like that. She's a lieutenant colonel in the military, and people are going to be like, disrespectful. But people seem to like to disrespect her, huh? Anyways, we'll talk to her about some stuff. Shit, yeah, dude. As a matter of fact, that invitation's been extended. We have invited her to come on. We've also invited Joe Kent to come on. We've also invited some other political candidates that are running in their areas as well. So I can't wait. It'll be fun. Shoot the breeze with all of them and get everybody. I'm good. No, I'm Ken, dude. Ice thing. Call sign Ice. Autobots. It's Omicron with ice. But anyways, what's next? Is that it? Is that what we got? So we got what? Monday is today, the Monday edition. Tuesday is Pop Culture Warrior with CQ and the Unpop Culture Radar. Thursday is Sergeant's Time with me and Spanky. Spanky. Of course, this Thursday is going to be the ceremony for Alwyn Cash, as well as the other Medal of Honor recipients. And we're gonna everything all day is gonna be broadcasting that. We'll probably rebroadcast the ceremony afterwards. Before the show, probably after the show. Who knows? And then of course, Friday Night Freedom with Kaz and Pookie, bringing you all the news and information, and their awesome Florida Man stories. You can't beat the Florida Man stories. Awesome. But always download our podcast on Apple Play or Apple Podcast. Man, what the hell's going on? No. Is somebody calling me? Really, dude? On air? Man, this is... I forgot to shut off my notifications, man. Who's calling me right now? Who is that? Oh, that's CQ. Oh. Hey, CQ, how about you call in? Since you'd like to call in. Hello, CQ. Matter of fact, I'm going to book CQ right now. Let me see. Yeah. Let's see. Where's he at? Nope, I don't see him on here. My date. There he is. There we go. Yeah, CQ. Let me see. Hang on. I'm going to put him on air. How about that? See what happens. That was the car warranty lady. Exactly. I want to go find a matching 3-core mug. Oh no, CQ, you can run, but you can't hide. I'm calling him right now. Let's see what happens. Let me see. Almost has a beat to it, doesn't it? Yeah, see? Exactly. Come on, CQ, pick up the phone. Oh, man. You said the Yankees thing, they got them all upset. Oh, man. Thanks, CQ. Sorry, butt dial. Anywho. What was I saying before I got rudely CQ'd? Before I got really, I shouldn't say rudely interrupted. Who doesn't butt dial? Anyways, you can always download our shows on Apple Podcasts and, of course, Google Play. Right now, you're listening to us on several different platforms to include Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. You're listening to us on the Twitters, and, of course, 2 Facebook pages on U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. And you could just go ahead and just Google WTF Nation Radio, and you'll get like 50 pages worth of places and other spots to include iHeartRadio and Stitcher to download any of our podcasts. You can also see us on Twitch if you don't feel like doing any of that stuff. You'd rather game and listen to us. I have seen that. One of the 2 fans that follow us on Twitch say that that's what they do. They'll sit there and listen to what we got going on while we're playing. So, anyways. What was I going to say? Hello, Pan. Hello from Pam Ocha. So, tomorrow. Hey, real quick, I just want to give you guys an update. Tomorrow, there's going to be we posted, and the WTF Nation, of course, the main page posted, a call for attendance is happening tomorrow at 11 a.m. at Shelter 2 in Fort Sill. This is for an unclaimed veteran, Commander Farrell W. Corley, who recently passed away, and he served in the Navy during Vietnam. Has no friends and family that could be located, so the funeral will be held at the Fort Sill National Cemetery on Tuesday. It's December 14th at 11 a.m. at Shelter 2 next to the Columbarium. I can't pronounce that word. Shelter 2. So, again, call for attendance, Fort Sill, Oklahoma, for Commander Farrell W. Corley, who recently passed away. Served in the Navy during Vietnam. No friends, no family can be located. So again, if you can make it tomorrow at 11 o'clock at Fort Sill, then we would definitely appreciate that. Share, like, and follow, of course. Check us all out on all of our platforms. Looking forward. Again, stay tuned for all media that has to do with the Medal of Honor ceremony on U.S. Army WTF Moments and or WTF Nation Radio. We're also on the Twitterage, so you can see everybody trying to, give everybody get mad for whatever, something somebody posted or whatever. There you go. So, with that, y'all have a good night. And shouts.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
It's not easy being me.
My ick is hard.